Okay.
Okay, we're recording. Awesome. So objections, and I'm going to share my screen before I forget that too, because that would defeat the purpose. Okay, can you see this?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So objections. There's pretty much 10 basic ones, right? It's normal. It's going to happen no matter where you're at. I was watching a YouTube video, and she's like, she's in the top 20, and one of her new coaches told her, like, you know, I know you keep telling us to invite and everything, and the more you put yourself out there, then yeah, the more no's you get, but then that's how you are able to reach more people and get Success Club. And this new coach actually had the balls to tell her coach, who's the top 20, that, well, you don't even get rejection, so, you know, like, you don't know where we're coming from. And this girl was like, actually I do. I still get rejected. Just I ask a lot more people now than I did when I first started. So I just thought that was funny. I was like, wow, I don't think I would never as a newbie coach have the balls to tell my upline coach, you don't know what it feels like. You don't get rejected. Yeah. No.
I took hamburger out for you. Okay.
And of course it's going to happen. You know, Kim had posted someone the other day about failing forward and how she wants everyone to, you know, to fail. And I was like, I fail all the time. But there was another coach underneath my comment and was like, why would you wish anyone to fail? You know, like whatever you like wish and put out there is like what you're going to get. And so I had to respond, because I don't think she understands, and obviously she's never read the book Failing Forward,
Right.
what that means. And so I said, I don't wish anyone to fail, but rather I embrace fail. I accept it's going to happen because nobody's perfect. And through failures, I grow and I'm a better person. So same thing with the no's, you know, as we get more no's, we get better at how we say things, how we word things. We're more confident. And after tonight's call, hopefully you'll be more prepared in how to answer back with all these different objections. And they're really excuses, because it's scary to say yes to either the business opportunity, yes to changing up your entire eating, yes to working out every day and getting healthy. You know, like it seems simple now to us, but for other people, saying yes is super hard, and it's so much easier to say no and justify why you don't have time to prep, why you don't have time to work out, why you don't have time to think ahead about what you're going to eat for the day. You know, but we have plenty of time to screw around on Facebook, play video games, gossip with our girlfriends for hours on end. You know, we have plenty of time for all the wasteful and mindless things, but not things that actually benefit us. And again, so it's human nature. Honestly, if I were to ask you, like you asked me today, you know, can you do me a favor?
Right.
What are you normally going to say? Some people will automatically say yes, and that's just genuine in their nature. But most of the time, human nature, if somebody asks you to do something, first off, you usually are thinking, no, I don't have time. You know, I got my own stuff to do. Like, you know, so immediately you usually say no, or you're thinking no, or like as a parent, your kid comes, Mom, no. You know, like you automatically think no, whatever it is, no. So like I was saying too, it's a defense mechanism, sort of protecting ourselves, keeping ourselves in that comfort zone, because it is scary to make any type of change, whether it's small, whether it's financial as well, not just health-wise. So, and it's, again, something that everybody gets no matter what rank you're at. I'm sure Melanie Mitro, #1 coach, she gets no's a lot, but she's also like reach like crazy. So she'll get maybe 50 no's, but she's got, you know, 15 or 20 yeses. So it balances out. Number 6 is super important too, because it's, even though they say no, it's really not like no, unless you have like the one person I had was like, please stop messaging me.
Right.
No. But when they say no, it's really more like not right now. It's not the right time. We didn't get them in that moment to be like, you know, I guess hitting rock bottom, if you will, that kind of thing, where they've had enough is enough, whether it's a health scare, maybe it's a family loss, and they finally like, you know what, I'm going to do it, or, you know, blood pressure medication isn't working, or this or that isn't working. So what's the last resort? Oh, change your eating habits.
Right, right.
It always seems to be the last thing. It's always a learning experience as well, sort of figuring out, oh, I flubbed that one, you know, or, oh, I gave too much information, or I skipped over a step, you know, like in the script that I've given you guys. Maybe you skipped over a step, or maybe you forgot to ask a certain question. Number 8, it's not something to give up over, which I know there's been quite a few coaches that, you know, have made it maybe a month or over the holidays, you know, they got, you know, 0 SC points. They didn't sign anybody up.
Right.
And they're just like, you know what? Forget it. Maybe this is not it. This is not for me. You know, I don't know anybody. And so then you just go, poof, I'm done. Okay. Number 9, it's always just an objection. So again, like number 6, it's not a solid, like, you know, verdict. No, stop messaging me, stop harassing me. It's just an objection at that moment, and you can always change their mind. I mean, I changed your mind, right, Annette?
Right, right.
So it was just not at this time. And number 10, it's a challenge. So some people, like me, I like a challenge. I like to sort of be, I don't always like to be forced out of my comfort zone, but if you do tell me no and I see full potential, then it's like, oh, I'm gonna get you to say yes. Like, it will happen. Just like if you tell your kids, don't do such and such, you just challenge them to do it.
Right.
So if you're telling me, oh, no, I can't do it, or, oh, this is not possible, you're not going to be successful at it, oh, watch me, right?
Right.
So that's how I feel about the basic objections. I'm going to give him a drink really quick.
Okay.
But you can just look over this, and I'll move to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay, come on. You need to get out of here. Yeah.
What the hell? Oh.
All right. You don't have to write all of it down. I'll share it.
I'm not.
Okay. I'm like, don't write it all. Okay, so those are just the basic overviews. Now I just gotta find my order. No, it's giving me a lot of order, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, bring this mistake. Nope. Nope. Here we go. All right, so first objection, right, is always popular. I don't have the money, right? It's usually the first one that we always hear. So I figure there's like 5 different ways that we can sort of come back from that objection or that rejection. And the first one is, obviously, it's like breaking down the cost, you know, and sort of breaking it down and having them have a better understanding of really what we're asking, what the commitment is. And then you can even go on a little bit further from this. But so it's like, well, you're in luck this month. The program is on super special. It's $140 total for the sale bundle. That would include the workout program, meal plans, portion control containers. And I like adding now on-demand access, free for 30 days. The challenge group, one-on-one support from me. So typically all of that would have been $119. Plus your Shakeology superfood shake, that's part of the program for 30 days. Usually $130 for first-time buyers. So already they're seeing, okay, the program would have been $119. Shakeology would have been $130. And all signed up for your business for free, which is usually $40. So it's a killer deal and a huge savings. So I sort of like itemizing all of it, because sometimes people are like, oh, well, I could just buy the DVDs like, yeah, on Amazon or eBay. Yeah, you could. But Shakeology, and I tell them, is part of the program,
Right.
part of the success. So go ahead, think you're going to save money that way, but then you're going to pay full price for Shakeology plus shipping. And I always throw in, being a VIP, discount customer
Right.
kind of a thing to be a coach. So that's like the basic way of breaking down the cost. Now, I'll also then go ahead and be like, that's your one-time only payment that you have to pay for your DVDs, for your workout program that can last 30, 60, or 90 days, And so then I ask, if you have a gym membership, you can go that route. How much are you paying per month? That little bit might not seem like a lot. Yeah, maybe $10, $20 a month. And then ask them, but then in a month's time, how much does that come out to be? And how often are you really going to it, So that can help break down the cost and be like, if you got rid of your gym membership, that could cover, whatever amount of, on demand, that would cover your on demand every single month. And you would get not just one program, or not just having to, fight over the equipment or figure out what classes to take. You'd have 20 plus workout programs that are already, specialized in hitting your success. So that's how you can do that one, breaking down the cost. The second one is, you can say, sounds great, I don't have the money right now, would be their response. So this is where you would sort of add your personal story, like, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same exact way when I first heard about coaching. And you'll see there's typos because I just copied and pasted, and it's okay to have typos. People don't expect us to be perfect. Heard about coaching and the programs. Don't know if you've read my story, but my husband and I didn't have a dime to rub together, but I believed in the product because we knew of Beachbody, so I made a ton of sacrifices at first. Cut down our grocery bills, no more out-of-house purchases like Starbucks, gas stations, energy drinks. In the first month, I earned the cost of my Shakeology or challenge pack back and profited $400. So insert your story, blah, blah, blah. So,
Okay.
that kind of a thing. And you can let them know, I know it's scary, trust me, but sometimes you have to do something out of your comfort zone to get new results. I love that last sentence. If anything, you just do a quick little blurb about your story and then put that in there. So that's, it follows like that. I understand, I feel, I felt, and I understand where you're coming from is what it's doing. So I felt the same way, right? And so then it's telling you about your little story, so what you were feeling. And then the last part is I understand, and those are like really key points that a lot of like the corporate also pushes, like really following those ones. The third one is like the worst case scenario, right? So you could say, and you could say this, they don't have to know exactly the truth. You just give them like, a situation. So when I first started, I gave myself a time limit. I said, okay, if it doesn't work out in 3 months, I'll cancel my account free of charge. And the worst thing that would have happened is I got a good lifelong workout to keep and tried a new superfood shake and got a little healthier. Not the worst thing, right? So you can do it that way, letting them know that there's no penalty, you know what I mean? Just do it. Just get your challenge pack, automatically sign up as a coach, and then once you're done with your program, if you still don't really believe in it, if you still don't see the value, or you really don't feel like you want to try to run a business, then cancel. Give it to them straight up,
Right.
And here you go. The 30-day money back guarantee. I've used this a lot. So
Okay.
trust me, I get it. Don't know if you have seen my story. Again, tell the story. And then I had to do something, and my coach told me about the 30-day money back guarantee. Even if you drink the whole bag and love the workout, you can return it within 30 days and get your money back. That's how much we believe in our products. And I tell them that first time when I did get my 21-day fixed, not 21-day fixed, T25 challenge pack, I immediately called and canceled. Like I wasn't even I don't even think I was even halfway through T25, and I already went ahead and canceled because I didn't want that charge again for Shakeology. Because I used my credit card. We were in so much debt. I was like, I really shouldn't even be using this for something that's like fun, like fluff. You know, I didn't consider it, you know, like a necessity.
Right.
And, you know, well, thank God I did. I mean, it took a while for me to just give in and be like, fine, I'll just use the credit card, but I really don't want to. But yeah, there was no hassle. Like, they just asked me why I didn't like it and, you know, why I want to cancel. And they're like, okay, well, you know, we'll really miss you, but thank you for whatever, and enjoy T25. The last one is priorities and comparison. And I think Kim just posted, I don't know if it's in the FitSpire or if it's in her personally sponsored one, but she did it. She just posted like a full-on comparison product. And maybe I downloaded it. I'll look for it.
Okay.
It was at work yesterday, but I thought it was really cool. It's like, I wouldn't necessarily like post it and share it, but if you're talking with someone and they're like, well, you know, how does, you know, I've looked at Visalis or looked at this and you know, then that's what, like, I would be like, you know what, here's what I found. I've done my homework, but I totally understand, you know, you've got to make the best decision for yourself. Here you go. And, you know, you just provide it for them. That people think it's a high cost upfront, but actually it saved me a lot of money. I was paying some useless fees to the gym that I barely used for no support. That's a key, that no support. You know, you go to the gym, you have to pay a ton of extra money for a personal trainer to give a shit about you, to give you a meal plan or any of that stuff. And because I didn't care about those tiny fees coming out, I never really committed. But when I invested $140 of my hard-earned money, you bet your butt I was going to give it my all for 30 days. You know, so when you invest a lot of money, you're going to make sure you get your full money's worth down to the dollar. But when you pay maybe 10 or 20 bucks a month, you're like, oh, no big deal. You know, like, I'll get in when I can get in. But $140 one time, you're like, oh no, hold up. You know, just like if you're going out to like a really fancy restaurant, you're going to like eat everything or you want to take it home too. You know,
Right.
like, oh, you can just take it. I don't want it, you know?
Right.
So those are, I felt like, are like the best ones you can use when it comes to just straight up money.
Okay.
Okay. The next one is about, I don't have the time, right? And so that's another common thing. And I have a lot of coaches, even now, that say, I don't have the time. So first one is relating to the story. So I felt the same way. So you're going to hear that a lot. When I first started, I was actually working 3 jobs. You know, like for you, you know, I felt the same way. I had a full-time job. I was managing and, you know, having to hire and fire people, that kind of stuff. But I knew this had to work, so I worked around my day at first. All the time where I was watching my favorite show or sitting on the couch, I simply did it with my computer in hand or got my workout done instead. And slowly but surely, it actually allowed me to cut one job out at a time. So finally enough, cutting my time down at first ended up giving me more time. So you can you reword it, put your story in there, but how, you know, well, you don't really watch like a lot of TV or anything like that. But like for me, I now wake up earlier, you know, to get my workout done. So then I don't have to stress about it for the rest of the day and I can get my power hour done. Or, you know, while I'm doing laundry, I can be listening to a podcast, you know, those kinds of things. Instead of, you know, watching, you know, like Vanderpump Rules or whatever, my TV shows, I could be watching them, but like during like the commercial breaks,
Right.
instead of fast forwarding, that's what I could actually, you know, do a little bit of work, message some people, say hi, that kind of stuff. The second one is we have training for that. So it's a common misconception that it takes a ton of time to build a business and get a workout in. So we're being realistic though. Like, we're not going to tell people like, oh, it's just 30 minutes, you know, but an hour is what I tell all my newbies. An hour for me, I tell them, is realistic. I want them to be able to get their workout in, to check in, post, and do personal development. Those 3 things at the very beginning should take an hour, and that's it. As the, you know, like with Katie, it was different because she was just like go from the
Right.
get-go, you know what I mean? So she was already doing, you know, raffles, and she was doing prizes, and okay, go watch Turbo. So when you have a coach like that, then yes, she is going to be taking a little bit more time. But just like anything, as you take on more responsibilities, that is going to equal a little bit more time. But
Right.
and it should allow you to have more free time. You're just going to be working more in the business. So it allows you to slowly shift gears and like quit your day job and turn Beachbody into your full-time job and only having to work part-time hours. So you can say, like, you know, we have a ton of coaches and challengers on the team that work full-time. They're moms of like 4+ kids with a spouse going in the military. You know, we have documents on how to have your most effective power hour. Plus, I dial your Tasmanian Devil all day. So we have so many women who are examples of how they choose their time. And for me, I would much rather spend the extra hour doing something good for my family rather than surfing the web or numbing my brain. So I think a lot of times people don't realize how much time they're really wasting. You know, you don't really need to watch, you know, a marathon on, I don't even know, some stupid, like, I don't even know what shows are on. Marathon of something. You don't need to watch a marathon of any of them. Unless it's like NCIS, then I might do it, but I would probably be multitasking, and because that's just me.
Right.
Number 3, our workouts are designed for that as far as not having time, you know, like Tanya said in T25, the info monitor, she's like, I don't have time for that, you know, like I got a baby and a husband. I don't have time to be in the gym for hours on end. So 30 minutes. Do you think you have 30 minutes? That's all you really need for an effective workout. Actually, no. Go watch Turbo. That's why it's on. I used to spend hours at the gym working on machines that looked crazy, but these at-home workouts actually save me time, driving to the gym, getting there, putting my bag away, weighing myself. You know, this way it's on my time by my rules. So if I had a crazy day at work, my DVD player doesn't close and open at a certain time. I can do it anytime, and I even let them know. I can do it wearing anything. And I don't have to worry about if somebody's staring at me because I'm wearing little itty-bitty shorts today and I got a little extra fluff, you know, hanging over them. I don't have to worry about any of that, or if I'm dying, or if I'm sucking wind, or if I'm doing something wrong. I don't need to worry about somebody staring at me or coming over to talk to me. That was the thing I hated about the gym, you know, like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Some people, they like it and they use it as a social hour. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was like, I just need to get this done. Like, I don't even want to be here. And so now it's totally different. I actually wake up and I'm excited to get my workout on in this office by myself. You know, I'm excited to do it. It's like, yes. So those are really key ones for just, I don't have the time. And that's more about becoming a coach. I mean, the third one, yes, is for anybody, whether they're a coach or not. They really need to, and I think for the most part now, people are understanding, you know, they're seeing, you know, Beachbody products, you know, and how we push, you know, that, you know, it's more effective for time, you know, we're more efficient with using our time. 30 minutes, you're good and done, you know, and that's where I'm like really excited for 22, you know, I'm in hardcore because shoot, you know, I thought T25 was going to be tough, you know, just in a 25-minute. Now we're doing 22 minutes.
I know.
With Tony, like, he went from 90 to 22.
It's crazy.
It's going to be super awesome. So, like, I'm excited to try the second workout. I think it comes out on the 22nd.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
I just seen it yesterday, I think. I seen that post.
Yeah. So I'm super excited for that one. I think that's going to be amazing. So this third one, which I think you are going to be like my poster child for this, is I don't understand social media and I don't want to post on Facebook. Maybe not so much the second one, but I don't understand social media, or I don't understand technology. I'm not tech savvy. And so here are some that you would be perfect, and you can easily answer these because you have firsthand knowledge. You're going through it still yourself, you know?
Right.
First one, I didn't at first either. so talking about Facebook, was for posting dumb pictures of cats, stalking your ex-boyfriends, asking everyone if you saw how skinny Carla was from high school, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, like when I first started, I think I maybe had, I don't even know if I even had 500 friends on Facebook. I did not really use Facebook a lot. I used to be more of a MySpace person. And then kids came around and I just didn't have time to be on social media. And I didn't understand the point of why my husband was always, like posting and checking in and taking pictures of where he was at and all this stuff. I'm like, who cares? Who's got time for this crap? Well, obviously now things have changed because my ass is on all the time. I mean, going live while I'm getting my face done today, like.
Right.
Now I can't get off of Facebook. But when I found out that I could run, and you could potentially run over a 6-figure business a year from home on Facebook instead of having, it be a source of, gossip and wasting your time, then okay, yeah. I'll much rather change my family's life from mindlessly scrolling and brain-numbing device to actually turning it and making it into a profitable and money-making source, which again is great because it helps no matter where you are, where you live. If you're even like in a small town, or if you feel like you don't know a lot of friends, social media is then your perfect outlet because anybody and everybody could follow you from all over the world and all over the country. So if you are in a small town or if you feel like you don't know anybody or you're shy, then this is perfect, and I've told you this and everybody should know, I am, introverted. I'm shy at first, but when I'm comfortable and I'm friends with you, then, oh yeah, you're probably like, man, I wish you would shut up. But when you first meet me, I usually have like that resting bitch face. I'm shy. I'm not quite sure,
Right.
if I want to be friends with you. Because for me, it uses a lot of energy. So I'd rather assess and figure out, is it worth all of my energy and my efforts to actually get to know you and actually like put myself out there? And if I'm not so sure, then, I just stay back. But social media has been amazing because I can easily do this because I'm just talking to you, or even if I do my videos, I'm talking into my phone. I don't have to look at anybody in the eye. I don't have to be on stage and and feel a million people looking at me and waiting for me to screw up. I just talk into my phone and press post or submit. It's
right.
Super easy, and I can do it in the comfort of my home where I'm comfortable and where I'm good, and it's awesome. It's not like I'm at a job and I have to do a presentation. I would die if I had to do that. That's why I taught little kids.
Right.
Didn't feel uncomfortable with them. Another one, is like, what will my friends think? And I do get a lot of this a lot. People, because they already have like a bad taste in their mouth, probably from like a past, MLM,
Right.
And so they'll hear like, oh, well, isn't, Beachbody, like a pyramid scheme or whatever. It's like, well, pyramid schemes are illegal, first off.
Ron tells me that all the time. Drives me crazy.
Yeah. And second, and really it's the reason why, like, people look at our commission base and how we have like all of our rankings and like, where you're placed on your left and right leg. So not a pyramid scheme because usually pyramid scheme, it really depends on where you are. If you're at the top of that tree or that carrot, then you're going to make tons of money. Everybody else below you, they're going to have to be working their asses off and they're never going to be able to reach and make the money like the very first person who started the organization.
Right.
The Beachbody, no, it doesn't matter where you are because anybody who signed up after you, that's where our team volume comes into play. And it goes into a collective pool. So that's how immediately we are not at all a pyramid scheme because no matter where you are in your rank, everybody benefits from the whole group growing. That's why we call it team volume. We want to grow as a team, whether it's from me down, whether it's from you down, Kim down, it doesn't matter. As long as we're growing, everybody's income is going to go up. It's not like like Christine Dwyer is like our top.
Right.
You know, because she started like originally with Shalene and everything. So it's not like only she's going to become the millionaire and everybody else is just going to become like little peons, you know. Oh no, you know, like Danielle's already in the millionaire club. She's finally 15-star, you know. Kim's already making 6 figures on her way, you know, to being the millionaire. So we all get to do that, which I love. And I try to explain that to people, but sometimes that just gets complicated. I'm like, just no, okay? We're not a pyramid scheme.
Right.
And honestly, and if you want to say we're an MLM, we're honestly the best ones because I've been in a couple and this is where I've made the most money. It makes the most sense and it's more well-rounded as far as hitting everything, nutrition, support, and working out. So what will your friends think that, you know, you could be, most people are super scared, you know, because they then realize that the opinions of their friends
right
shouldn't be like their whole world, you know. It should mean very little, that it should go further than just what your friends think of you. Are their opinions going to help your life? Are they going to help your career, your bank account, get you out of debt? You know, if any of your friends that are going to talk bad about you behind your back, you know, about a Facebook post, about, you know, sharing your success and your journey and your weight loss and everything, then they're probably friends that you shouldn't have anyway, and you should probably drop them.
Right.
Drop them on Facebook as well. You know, usually if they're a true friend, then they're going to support you. They might be skeptical, but they shouldn't be saying any bad things about it. It's like that Dr. Seuss quote, you know, that those who matter don't mind, and those who matter, no. Oh, yes. Those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. So those who actually care, you know, and love you and want the best for you, they're not going to mind, you know, they're going to be supportive. Those who have a stink about it, then those are the people that you can just maybe not completely kick out of your life, but you can put them aside and just note that, you know, these are not my supporters and I can do this without them. The last thing is that social media is the future, you know, that many people are building a 6-figure income from Facebook alone, on their couch, in their dining room, in their pajamas, you know. Our entire society gets our news and our articles, product reviews, hotel reviews, car reviews, whatever it is, off of social media, off of the internet. You know, very few people now are like going to the TV and watching news. You know, that's not where they get their news. They might be watching the news, but it's usually not on the TV. It's on an iPad, it's on a cell phone or a tablet. So that is the future. I mean, I even saw at my kids' school, they're using tablets in school. Instead of watching a video on TV, they're going in small groups and watching it on the tablets. Each of them has their own tablet and they got the headphones on and they're just watching, you know? So we're so moving away from like how I grew up and how you, you know? I remember before we even had like the VCRs, we still had like the videos like on film. I remember watching those all the time. I'm like,
oh yeah,
man, she ruined that one, or somebody didn't rewind it, so we have to wait for the machine to rewind it all the way back. So it's definitely changing. Here's another one. I wouldn't be a good coach. I think I heard this from you too.
Yep, you did.
You know, first one, and we get this a lot. I'm not even at my goal weight, or
that one was me too.
You know, and it's like, actually, that's way better. And I've told you this because coaching is about showing people you're normal. They want to see your journey. They want to see your struggles, actually, to be the truth. They sort of want to see, you know, like, is she going to fail, you know, or is she going to keep pushing through, you know, because for the most part, they want to see if you fail and what you do when you fail.
Right.
Because for them, they've failed and then they just give up. So if they're watching you, they need to see, like, you know what? She did have a bump in the road. She, you know, she didn't fail. But okay, she gained some weight over the holidays. What's she going to do now? She going to say, fuck it, and be like, that's it? Or is she going to be like, okay, you know what? That's enough. You know, stop eating the damn cakes. Get that crap out the house, and let's get back to it. You know, nobody's perfect. nobody really relates to anybody that comes off as being perfect, right? You usually get turned off by somebody who comes off as, oh, like it's so easy, or, it's so simple, or I never had a weight problem. Okay, well, on you, because I've struggled.
Right.
So yeah, people relate way more to a journey, not already being there. It's a very common misconception, and people always think they need to be at their goal weight. I honestly don't really know anybody that's at their goal weight. Not even Kim. I don't think we say like, oh, when I hit such and such,
Right.
and then we hit that, and then we make another goal, or we make another goal, or we're like, okay, great, I'm at this weight, but I want abs, or I want my legs to be more toned, or I want my arms to be more defined. Like there's always something that we're going to pick at, which is good. We don't really want to be just sort of like, okay, that's it, I'm good to go, I'm done.
Right.
But there's really no true goal weight. It's just the goal you're working at that moment.
Right.
Another one is, I'm not a salesperson. I get that too. And I'll be like, great, neither am I. I don't ever feel like I'm being salesy at all. I would hate it if I am being salesy, then you need to tell me so I can stop what the hell I'm doing. Sometimes it also helps to tell people there's no sale minimum, there's no quota. You don't have to have inventory at your home, which I loved, because when I was in some other ones, I had to pre-buy all this stuff. And then I'm like, then I was salesy because I needed to make the money back. I was desperate.
Right.
We have tons of training on how to not be salesy. We've got scripts. We're a company based on peer-to-peer experience, just like the rest of the world today. We share our experiences with others and hope to inspire them to get started on what has helped us. We don't sell, we're sharing. That's like super key. And some people may think, when I say that, they don't believe me, and that's okay. It's just not their time, and maybe they need to watch more of what I do. That I'm not trying to be salesy, I'm trying to share. And when I do put up a challenge pack thing, that's not me trying to be salesy. That's literally, I'm trying to help you get a discount.
Right.
So just like if we saw at Fry's, like berries are 89 cents. I'm going to share that with you. Like I'll tell people I went to the 99-cent store and I got the same damn blackberry package for 99 cents. I went to Fry's, it was $2.99.
Right.
So, sometimes you have to sort of give that analogy, like we love to share. Everyone wants to share a deal, that they got. So there's nothing different than what I'm doing here. It's just now I'm trying to save you hundreds of dollars, not $2 at a time. The third one, I sort of went over this, I don't have a big market. I'm from a small town. It has nothing to do with it. We're entirely online based, so you could be anywhere in the world, work this business. Fitness and health is the biggest industry in America. We bring together, or we're bringing the two together. So the fitness, health, and then the business. We have tons of trainings on how to reach the 3 billion people in America who are looking for that solution, all of them being on social media. When I first started, so I probably had like 200 when I really, really began. And then I think once I started, and I just started added like a buttload of my husband's friends. And then went on from there. My next slide. Is that it? I think so.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I am talking with Annette. So objections are part of the job. So understand your potential's objections are their limiting beliefs. Remember we talked about those self-limiting beliefs? They only exist if you let them. So they're all an attempt to protect themselves from fear, failure, and rejection. All of the answers in the previous slides. Hello, can you turn the lights back on? Make sure you reinforce in your posts. So like even some of these ones, I would even recommend doing like a scenario kind of post on your fit page, and just sort of like scenario, like, oh, I just talked with this amazing, new person. I think she would be killer on my team, but here's her response or her objection. And then that can be your moment to then, like she could say, I'm not a sales, she thinks that, you need to be a salesperson. Do y'all think I'm a salesperson? I hope not. I'm not a salesperson. And then you can go and, you know, address that situation. So it's sort of nice to, instead of doing it all just personal message, people are watching, address that kind of a situation. Because maybe they're thinking, yeah, oh, I'm not at my goal weight. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be way too tough to even start a challenge group or get a challenge pack or become a coach. So they won't even respond. They won't even like your post that you're asking, you know, you're looking for people to join you. So put it upon yourself, create a post on that, you know, and that can be easy. Something you just talk like, hey, do you feel you're not at your goal weight? Question mark. I wasn't
Right.
either. Blah, 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 blah. You know, so I love this. These are like already points of how you can have a post on. You know, so again, we've had these ones. I'm waiting till after New Year's. Now I'm getting people saying, oh, I'm waiting till after taxes.
Right.
You know.
Hey, go away.
What?
Oh, something popped up on my screen.
I was like, what? You want me to go away?
Cancel the... Oh, it was doing an update.
Oh, okay.
But I can't because it'll shut me down.
Yes, not yet.
Not yet.
Come on. Why is my light going dimmer and dimmer? Uh-oh. I don't understand this light thing. Children. There we go. Hello. Okay, almost done. So these are, you know, something you can say, again, because, you know, this is the time of year where most Americans gain all of their weight. You know, wouldn't you like to get a head start on that? Or now you can say, wouldn't you like to get a head start, you know, on, you know, spring, you know, getting prepared for spring break, you know, especially here in Arizona. We're like in 85 degrees today. You know, I'm wearing shorts.
Right.
Like, hey, you know, are you ready for shorts? You know, starting now, think of how much further you would be, you know, and rather than in comparison to then starting in April, starting now.
So tonight I wanted to do one on, because I'm hearing in the news that today would be the day that everybody falls off their New Year's resolution.
Today.
So I think I'm going to do one here after we're done about that.
Absolutely. I guess, yeah, you know, it's been a little over a month, you know, not everyone starts exactly on the 1st. So,
right.
Yeah. Another one too, like, it doesn't mean you can't still indulge. It just means you'll feel great even during, you know, whatever, Valentine's Day, if your birthday's coming up, you know what I mean? Like, I still indulge, like, Valentine's Day's coming, and I'm doing carb cycling, I'm doing fixed extreme, you know, countdown to competition. I'm still going to be able to enjoy it. I'm probably just going to, like, wait to eat my carb when we go out. And then I'm just going to look like a pig, which I usually do anyways, because I'm going to have to load up on freaking protein and vegetables. But that's pretty much all I eat when I'm doing this one is protein and vegetables, So I'm going to be like that video that I posted, you know, it's like, nope, just like chicken and broccoli.
Right.
That's it. And then antipasti platter. It's like, no bread, can't have that. And then, or would you tell a patient to wait, you know, till New Year's for a prescription? So you could say, like, would you tell your doctor, oh, no, I can't, you know, I can't start that medication till after I get my taxes. You know, think of it, sort of maybe turn it around and try and have them think of exercise and Shakeology as medicine. You know, this is medicine to help you before you get sick, before it's too late, and then now we're stuck trying to turn back the clock. You know, you'll be very sorry you missed out on all this time. You know, that you might have to reword it depending on the type of person and how sensitive they are. Again, like New Year's is our huge season. You know, now I'm going to say spring is our huge season because you're going to want to be all trained and ready for the time so you can maximize your new business, because everyone's going to want to get in shape for summer. Nobody's going to want to get in that bikini or wear those shorts or wear that tank top, you know, with some flabby jigglies and extra cellulite kind of thing. Let me... Oh, so I think this is the last one. This one's really good. And I wish Katie was on because she would love this too, because she would totally do this. So you can tell, like how many people, have reached, your post,
Right.
so you can see, they've seen your message, or they have committed, they've commented like, I'm in, or you've messaged them back and forth and they're like, yes, but then they didn't answer you back when it was like the final, like, okay, yes, let's do it.
Right.
So here are some ways that you can you can get it. So you can then ask for feedback. So, hey girl, it's not supposed to be I see, it's supposed to be I saw you read my message and haven't responded. You were so excited, and I'm so sorry if I made you feel like you couldn't talk to me about your doubts about the program. That's never my intention. I would love to get you started, but totally understand if it's not for everyone. I would love some feedback though. If you could let me know how I could have explained it better or answered your questions more clearly, I would love to know. I talk to people all day long about making this decision, so I would love to communicate it better. Thanks, doll.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I really like that one because that one's not like pushing it, and it's sort of putting it, it's my fault.
Right.
I didn't do a good job. Not,
Right.
why didn't you make a decision? I thought you were going to do this, and you said yes.
Right.
The second one is relate their why. So we've already, asked them, why do they want this? What are their reasons for health and fitness? They have a wedding, whatever it is. So, hey, love, so you haven't signed up yet. Just wondering if you knew I was holding a spot for you. And I started doing this. I was so inspired by the way you wanted to build this business for your little ones while still spending time by their side every day. That is a mission a ton of coaches are working towards. So that spot is still there for you if you want it. So again, it's very similar to how we're like, oh, we only have 2 spots left, showing like that urgency. But this one, it's like, okay, I saved a spot, like I believe in you. And now repeating their why, sort of reminding them, remember your driving force, and then a little bit of guilt in there.
Okay.
Third one is help me with my goal. I get this a lot with like Mary Kay, my Mary Kay friends. They send this to me. I have not done this, and I'm not sure. I'm game to try anything. But this one is like, hey, love, I still haven't clicked. I see you still haven't clicked on the link yet. I know you're super busy. So this is like when we set them up on the mobile app, we can tell you haven't completed it. I know you're super busy. We all are. It takes 3 seconds, and I would love to get you into the group ASAP. I'm also working towards a huge major goal with my team, and you would really help me with that. Let me know. I can see when you read these. Laugh out loud. So yeah, when you send that Facebook message, it'll say read, just like a text message, it'll say read. So sometimes you just have to throw that in there, like, I know you read it, so you just need to at least respond back something. Human decency. Just say something. Not right now, thanks, anything. So I don't know. I'm going to try this. It's important that you use my team instead of like, just me.
Right.
And I think I would change it, my team, and you would really help us. With that. Let me know.
Right.
That just then reinforces that it's not it's not personally only benefiting me, kind of a thing. And then it's less like me, and all my money. I want your money, and I just want to make money. The fourth one is the referral, and I don't use this, and I need to use this more because I hear a lot of people have success with this, and they'll be like, "All right, love, guessing this just wasn't for you. No biggie. I was wondering, since you were all about it, if you had any friends or family who would be interested." And I know a lot of top coaches, they do this. They ask for the referral. And at first you think like you're being rude and tacky, but you're really not. Because again, it's all about sharing.
Right.
That person may not be ready, but they might know somebody who's already been doing a Beachbody program, and they're like, you should be a coach, and send them your way. Also, it can also be like, oh, wait, I thought you were interested in me. Like, you wanted me. Now you're like, you've moved on. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
when you have like the crushes, and then it's like, oh, he doesn't like me anymore? what the hell happened? Like, now he wants somebody else. It's like that feeling, like they feel important because we keep messaging, but they don't follow through with anything. And now we're like, oh, if it wasn't for you, no big deal. But do you have friends or family that'd be interested? And it's like, oh, she moved on. Well, wait, now maybe I do want this. You don't want to miss the train kind of a thing. You want to still be, included.
Right.
The last one is ask for the follow-up. Hey, love, guessing you never found the time to click on the link, and it's just not your month. It's totally understandable. I would love to follow up with you next month to see if your funds are in a better order. Stay with me, or stay away from Starbucks. So then you just do a little joke. Like if somebody is like addicted to Starbucks, like my other coach, Kim, I'd be joking with her.
Right.
Stay away from Starbucks for the time being. It's going to help you lose those, drop those calories. So that's something too that, you can do. If they're really stuck on, funds and you know that they're really struggling with it, then obviously all those other messages about money isn't going to mean a damn thing. So then after that, last thing is, can I follow up with you in a month? And I do this a lot. And eventually they come through. I just have a ton of other little photos. So like, I'm going to post these ones as well. So this is sort of something cute that it's just a new version of, what the heck is it called? The Power of 3.
Okay.
It's just a cuter version that you could do. So the Power of 3, your power hour, adding 3 new people, messaging 3 new people, invite 3 people, follow up, and talk to 3 people about the business. So it's the same thing. I don't know. It's prettier to me.
Yeah, it's cuter.
And then again, you've got all of your stuff that you're supposed to do anyways every day. But I like how they've added check online office for news alerts.
Uh-huh.
I like that one. And then of course there's a typo here. Check team page. Faux support. 4 should be an R. But I do like it. And then you could have like your daily schedule of what you needed to get done. Or if you wanted to just post like ideas of posts and when you wanted to schedule them, you could do however you wanted to use with that. This one I like too is the Emerald to Diamond Weekly Tracker. So you can log your minutes, Shakeology workout, your posts. So this is sort of something really cool that sort of can help just you visually to see, are you putting in more time? As well, then are you posting more? So then does that mean then your income is coming up more, or are you spending more time but you're not posting enough? Like you're only doing basics, so then are you wasting? Are you Facebook scrolling? That's something that really sort of gives you a better idea, like if you're not, like if say like worst case, which is not going to happen, knock on wood, you don't hit diamond, by summit, that's like your extension, right? If you don't hit diamond by summit, then that's where, you could look back and see, oh, my personal volume, wasn't increasing, or I had a big dip in my personal volume, or, my Success Club points, which month did I not hit Success Club? I sort of like this better than having to always rely on the online office, for maybe something like today, all the technology died and failed or whatever, and so you have nothing to refer back to. This is something you can keep track and right off the bat. You don't have to keep clicking through like 5 different pages.
Okay.
This one is just sort of different. If you wanted to do it, I'm not really crazy about that one. Hold on. This is just another one. It's just the same thing. It just looks different and a new theme, I guess. I think that's it. Pretty sure that is it for now. I'm working on a whole,
A whole what?
I'm working on a whole little presentation on creating like your ideal customer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have it like be like an active like homework assignment while we're doing the call to sort of come up with an ideal image. So either, cutting a picture out of a magazine or finding a picture of just some random person that, in your mind is like your customer that you're talking to, and then you're going to give her a name. You're going to give all these specific, criteria of the type of person that you're talking to, So, like for me, it's like I'm specifically talking to somebody like in their 30s, married, has kids, maybe they have special needs kids, so it's sort of describing me, but maybe not exactly me, but like a version of me, you know what I mean? So it's not going to be so finite. It's going to have a little bit more leeway, but those are the types of people, like somebody who likes tattoos, So maybe they have more than me, maybe they have less than me, but we at least have similar likes, who, I don't know, embraces like redneck culture. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you write down like everything, even if you think it's silly, you put it down. So then then I want you to print it. It's like a vision board, but exactly who are you talking to? It changes how you speak or how you write your post when you're talking just to that type of person, not to just general anybody in their 30s, for me, or just general, I'm talking to any mom. I'm not going to get along with every single mother,
Right.
in their 30s. I'm probably going to piss off some. So I don't really need to be talking to those people when I'm doing my post.
Right.
And then that also helps you too, which we'll do another video on creating ads. So remember how I showed you how you create an ad and you're very specific about all those things you type in? You're already going to know them because that's your person. That's your
Right.
girlfriend, you know what I mean? Like that you are talking to. And so you only want those people. And that's what I've also been watching in other top coaches is that they don't have a hard time with training their new coaches because of that. Because they are getting just those types of people, the people that they would be girlfriends with if they met them on the street. They're not having to deal with, different personalities and conflicting attitudes and all that stuff because they've filtered it all out and they're just focusing on their ideal customer, which I truly believe is a huge part of their success. And it cuts out the BS, and then it cuts out our stress of, oh my gosh, we have to keep motivating them, and oh my gosh, now I've got to go over their house and cook for their food and teach them all these things, like it's good to have a few of them, but we don't want to build a team of those because
Right.
then they rely on us and we're not going to ever build a team. We're just going to be mama bear, and we got like 100 baby bears that are useless that don't know how to do it on their own unless we're always there driving. Did you do it? Did you drink your shake? Did you eat? So that I really, really want to do because I know that way we'll be a better team, more efficient, and all of our hard work will be worth it. We won't feel like, oh, is anybody really caring about what we're doing, or all those negative thoughts that come into our minds, and get us into that funk. We already have to deal with our own daily insecurities and our daily stress. We don't need to now add running our business and have that be another insecurity. Know that we're doing it right. We're speaking to just those people that get us. And that's all that matters. Okay. You're not worrying about trying to, connect with, Miss Hoity Toity in Scottsdale, right?
Right.
That's not going to be your ideal customer. You don't relate to her. You're not going to know where she comes from or any of that kind of stuff. So I just want you to focus on your ideal, who you are. So maybe it's going to be a little bit of personal development, self-reflection on who you are, what you really like down to the core, Like I could probably write a bunch of things, but I want you to think of it. What do you think?
Right.
You are, and what characters do you have that people are looking for?
What?
What characteristics do you have that other people are pulling out and noticing? And sometimes it's hard, and that's why I want to do it on a team call so we can help each other and be like, well, you should do this because I see you do this all the time. Because sometimes we overlook those things that we think are just super simple, or, like, oh, well, nobody cares that I do that. Be like, yeah, they do. They're going to care. Like, that's a pretty big deal kind of a thing. So, yeah, we'll do that, I think, next week. I really want to do that. I think it'll help us as well for Teen Cup. Oh, and I got to post that picture. So this is what I was talking about. Remember these ones? So there's like 100. It's just the Beachbody logo. So
Right.
100. So what we did a while ago was like you were going for 100 no's.
Oh.
So every person that you reached out to, you wrote their name or whatever, you know, and then you would check off the ones that said yes, and then the ones who said no, obviously you keep them there. But the goal is to keep going. So there's like a little motivational things like first row, you're just getting started. Second row, you're on a roll. Third row, you're kicking butt. Then you've got this. Halfway home, you make this look easy. Ever think you've come this far? The sweet smell of success, so close you can taste it. And how's the view from the top? So yes, they're all about, you know, it's just being able to track it a little bit better.
Right.
And so
I like that.
So I finally found it on my computer. I think it's on this one, not the Mac over there in the kitchen.
Okay.
So I'm going to post it to the team page as well. So you could print off however many you want. You could really track it however you want. If you want to have 2 of them, one for the ones that said yes, one for the said no, color coded, whatever you want. But
All right.
this is something that I do think is really fun to do and a little bit better to keep track just visually what you did
Right.
that month. You know, I still use my Excel file for just everybody, but that sort of gets overwhelming and I don't really notice like how many I did for that month. Or then you could really see like, you know what, I didn't really do enough today. I need to do some more.
Right.
And then it can be like friendly competition, you know, like you take a picture like, look where I'm at. Are you at 50? Are you halfway?
Right.
So, you know, it's always something to sort of keep us motivated, keep it a little fresh, you know, instead of, because sometimes it does get boring and mundane, you know, like, oh, okay, I know I got to message people. I got to do this. I got to add 3 friends, you know, so if you, always fun to add a little friendly competition.
Right.
You need it or else life just gets boring and then you just start getting complacent. So that's all I have for tonight. I think you're doing amazing. I love your posts. I'm glad that you're starting to just sort of get away from your negative thoughts about how you can't post. And now
I was so funky when I was at that breaking point. And I'm like, okay, let's just tell her how I'm feeling. Let's just get it all out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in a good place. And as soon as you started shooting it back,
I know, I was saying a lot, huh?
I was like, thank you. Man, I needed this.
Yeah.
And then something just clicked and I'm like, okay, I could do this. I know how to talk in a mic.
Exactly.
And it just started coming easy.
Good.
But yeah, I have a couple more ideas for new ones.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to always keep different ones. Like the food one, I thought that was a different one because I hardly ever see that.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I love your post. So yeah, just keep at it. And honestly, like I think if I hadn't known that, you know, you were struggling or whatever, I would have just thought, you know what, I would know that something clicked though, because I do see a difference in the way that you're wording things, which I love because it's more how you talk. And
right.
how you really should be doing it is you should really, the way that you post, it should be like you're having a conversation with that girlfriend. So just being true and honest.
And that really, when I type and have to try and get the words out of my head.
Yeah.
It was so hard, Kristen. I was struggling bad. It took me like 2 hours.
I know. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, no one. I'd be pissed too if it was taking 2 hours for one post.
And I kept redoing it. But when I talk, I just think of what I'm going to say, and then I just start doing it. And and I think they sound better.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Because I know how you speak and I'm reading it, I'm like, this is awesome. This is better. You know, it's like, it's more clear. It's more to the point, you know? Yeah. And I think people will, once they start, you know, following you, and once they start seeing your videos and when you speak, it's going to match how you speak in your videos and how you're actually writing your posts.
Yeah, and see, I think that's what was getting me so flustered, because I was trying to, because I watch everybody's posts, and then up here, I have it all made up in my mind.
Yeah.
But then when I go to do it, I get confused, obviously, my dyslexia, and then I'm thinking so hard of what,
Right.
and it just wasn't
That's the message, yeah.
Yeah, I was losing it somewhere, and I just was getting frustrated and just saying, oh, fuck it then, fuck it, you know? And it got to where I didn't want to do anything.
Right.
But now, I'm just starting to use that mic all the time.
Good.
So, and it's just made my life so much less stressful.
Yeah.
You know? Because I even thought, I just can't do this. I'm going to have to let everybody in on this secret, because I can't do this. Even Ron, I was trying.
Have you done, you have not done a post talking about your dyslexia.
No, not yet.
You need to do it, damn it.
Do you know that Ron just now found out how bad my dyslexia was? Yes.
You all have been together how long?
10 years.
Oh my goodness.
He told me, you never have ever let me. And I'm like, no, because I don't want people to think I'm stupid.
No, but nobody thinks you're stupid. Tom Cruise is dyslexic. I mean, he's a little wacko, but he's not stupid.
But if you hung out with me and we were traveling lots of places, you would understand how bad it gets. Because when we went to Connecticut, this is an example. I wanted to buy my son, all he wanted was a keychain. And so I went and I picked, and I was looking, and I'm like, so construction, and this is what I was going to post, construction versus constitution. So in those two words, I see the C-O-N
and the T-I-O-N.
And the T-I-O-N,
yeah.
And then a bunch of jumbled, and if I can catch a letter in between there, that's the first thing I'm going to guess. So I told the group that we went with, I didn't know this was the construction state, you know, and they're all laughing, and they said, what do you mean construction state? And I'm like, you know, construction state. And then MJ is from Connecticut. She's like, oh, Constitution. And I'm like, oh yeah, that. And we just all giggled. But then, you know, I think everybody was like thinking, what the fuck? You know? But then, so here's how I made it even more funnier. So we get into into the cab or the car, and there's construction every city we hit. And I'm like, see, I told you it was the construction state. So all weekend, that was the running joke. But when I feel threatened like that, I make it into a joke.
Yes.
So I don't think people forget about really what, you know, they just thought, oh, she's whacked out, you know, or whatever. And then it doesn't make me feel dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So I play it off like that. But if I really don't know, I ain't going to read it to you.
Right.
You know, but I know that I read every day because that's how you get better.
Mm-hmm.
But when I read, like, it's just...
It takes a long time. Yeah, it's tiring too.
And it's frustrating. So now all my personal development I'm listening to. I'm not even doing the book anymore, because that book is easy to read, but I just don't comprehend what I'm reading.
Yeah, and at this point, you're doing it so that you can actually get some from it, not so you can practice and learn how to read better. That's like a different book.
Right.
So yeah, that's totally. I think that is above any other post that you have on that piece of paper. You need to do a damn post about how much dyslexia, how much you struggle with it, and how much it almost stopped you from becoming a coach. Because
even, you know, when I was posting in the beginning and telling Kim how frustrated I was because I couldn't learn the computer, well, this is why. bottom line, it boils down to my dyslexia because you think I have everything in massive big text.
Right.
Because the bigger it is, the easier it is for me to cipher what I'm reading.
The letters, yes, and the words.
So, but you can't do that in all of them.
Right.
So when I go into my office, it's really frustrating. But now I learn by repetition. So now I know I'm going to go there. It's the third one down. I'm going to click it because that's my home office.
Gotcha.
Or
yes.
So it took, I think, instead of telling the truth, I let it be that I'm not computer savvy. I work on a computer every day at work. But when they first brought him in, I wrote everything down and press this one, and it had nothing to do with what was written on there.
It's just where it was.
Where it was. So that's, I probably should. All right.
Not probably should. You will be doing a post on that. Because that is like so key. I mean, that right there, that is like a direct, specific group of people, you know what I mean? Who maybe think that they cannot do anything technologically savvy or they can't do anything that has to do with typing because of their struggle. Hello, you're talking to a special ed teacher. Like, do it, damn it.
Okay, I'll do a video on it.
Yes, do a video.
I haven't done one in a while.
Then just do a quick little, thing.
I almost quit my favorite job or something like that.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, people will, they will at least respond, you know what I mean? And just be able to connect a little bit better. And that's all you really need is you want people to connect with you. And then from there, then that's where you can use one of our things, like, do you have any friends and family? Blah, 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 like, that's where you go with that. But you've got to connect with people on that personal level, not just strictly, that if you're overweight or if you're struggling with your food, you've got to connect with some people on another side too. And then, because then you never know, they might connect with you on the dyslexia part, and then they might have, a brother, a sister, or a daughter who is overweight. You know what I mean? And then you bring them that way.
Okay.
You've got to reach out in all different possibilities. So like me, I talk about, having a special needs child, and having, like postpartum depression, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to always connect with somebody who's overweight or who is skinny mini and have never had any problems, but I could connect with them because like Judy, like we connected because both our sons have autism. Right. That's how we connected. I have another student of mine, Julia. We connected because, again, her son has autism. So, and another one of my students, her daughter has autism too. So, we're just like, that's how I connect with people. Okay. My husband doesn't like to talk about it. He doesn't want to share people. He wants I don't know, I'm not introducing my kid. My kid, he's got autism. I'm not doing it like that, but my husband doesn't want to, he doesn't even want to bring that word out. Oh, but you have to. And I'm like, I think you need to have awareness and let people know, and you educate people and tell people, yes, my kid has autism. Look at what he does. He can read at first grade level. Right. They're not dumb. Right. Sometimes I think I'm dumb because I'm like, I sure as hell did not know how to do that at your age. He can read. He can remember all these damn animals and freaking I don't even know what they are sometimes. And I'm like, go for it. He could teach you how to read, Annette. He's teaching my mother-in-law how to pronounce words properly. Really? She said, instead of rhinoceros, she called it a rhinoceros. And he was like, Gina, rhinoceros. Little 4.5 little shit. He's like, kept telling her, rhinoceros. Or if she would say it wrong, he'd be like, no. He'd scream it. Uh-huh. Like, okay. So yeah, he'll tell you, he'll correct you. Right. Not a problem. I try to say words wrong too while we're reading. Uh-huh. But then it just discourages him. He'll just scream at me like he doesn't want to read anymore because I'm doing it wrong. Oh, you can't do that. No, that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to get you to just keep reading it, but it's all good. Well, I think you're doing amazing. I love your posts, honestly, now. And I mean, Katie's still doing really great. So hopefully she's able to keep up and not feel negative, and, you know, get her dad on board, even if it's just for a month, try it out. And, you know, she really needed this today to be able to give her dad all these responses to his emotions.
Right.
But hope, you know, I'll post
You'll read it.
Yeah, I'll post it up, and then I'll also put the images up there as well, so you can see the responses. And what I already did, and on my phone, I mean, my phone has a notes app.
Right.
Even some of the rejections, I went ahead and
Put it in your notes.
I put them in my notes. I mean, I talked. You know, I'll have time. I got nails. I screw it up. So yeah, like I've got. You probably can't see it.
Yeah.
See, objections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, final objection. I have it in here so that it's already there. And I also recommend doing that too with the scripting. You know, the script that I give you, do that as well. Talk it in, so then you already have it ready, and you can just copy and paste.
Okay.
So you don't have to scramble, like, oh my gosh, I don't have my notes, or it's taking forever to type it. Use this to your advantage. Use the fact that you can talk, you can say anything into it. So all of your scripts, all of those rejection ones, put it in there. Kim has been posting too some of the things that's been working for her. And I will share that one as well. Like, there's one specifically about like someone who was interested in being a coach but then never got back to you, you know, kind of a thing. So she's been sending a few of like her wordings of how she does things. So I was able to save one, and it was nice. She was just like, hey, so-and-so, just circling back to the ladies who asked me about coaching. So many exciting things. 3 of our coaches hit new leadership ranks. Next week, we launched the Beachbody app, which will be a free app for people to download, which will allow them to stay accountable to their goals daily with their coach. We also have a new challenge group coming up on blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And that's it. So I sort of like that. Oh, and let me know if you still want in.
Okay.
You know, and she said she used that she used that yesterday or today, and she sent that to 10 people.
Okay.
And I know there's another one that she just posted, and I have to talk and text to it. She said she used that last month, and that's how she got 10 people last month.
Wow.
With that one. So
okay.
I need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
Ask people, because my list keeps growing and growing and growing, and I'm getting like little breadcrumbs.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of footwork, So, and I even got my girls to do, I even posted on my challenge page for them that I'm real excited about 22-minute hardcore, and I'm really want to do a test group.
Yes.
And really, you know, and I want all of them to be involved. And so we're pushing real hard until the March, till it comes out, and to get them to start buying that next, you know, because I haven't been doing that on my on my group.
Groups,
Sell more on my group.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to do that on my private group. So
cool.
To bring up my volume.
Yeah. Awesome.
So.
Well, have a good night.
Okay.
Keep up what you're doing. I'm looking for that one dyslexic post.
All right. I'm gonna work on it.
If I don't see it by this weekend,
I'll get it done by the weekend.
All right. That's your deadline. You don't have to do it tonight, but you've got till the end of the week to
okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.